And since I did the Mount Langley summit like 3 years ago, I've always wanted to come back and take photos here. So I tried it. This one, I think I have to go back and sit in front of a computer to see like how they all look. But so far, about like 80% accomplished. So I'm gonna do my best to capture more at and around Cottonwood lakes. Hello guys.
Where's the parking lot?
I'm sorry?
Parking lot.
Yeah.
How far?
Good question actually. Let me take a look. Because I was recording it anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, trip stats. 1.6 miles.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm getting the elevation a little bit. Funny thing is that 1.75 miles of the trail, it's kind of downhill or flat, and then slowly we're gaining elevation here, and yeah, now I can really feel the weight on my back. because I am going to camp at Long Lake, so I have to take New Army Pass, and then tomorrow I'm gonna cross the meadows, and then I'm gonna camp at the one of the Cottonwood lakes, and probably I'm gonna come down here, but we'll see. Depends. Long Lake. I made it, but I think I'm gonna try to go up to a high lake because it has a better view. Good morning. So I spent the night at High Lake. I got here just after the sun set over the ridge line over there, and it got pretty cold quickly. I was sweating, and then I just took up my weight down and trying to pitch my tent, and I hadn't eaten anything up to that point except for the some snacks, and then I ate, and then got the water, left this bear canister away from my tent, catch the Milky Way, and it was great. The Milky Way showed up over there southeast. That was really nice. When you have the great settings and everything, it automatically gets you excited. That was exactly that, and I hopped around. These are big boulders and rocks and whatnot around the lake to get the right composition as well as a reflection of the Milky Way in the water. Excuse me. So that was really good. So I don't have any complaint about that. I was gonna try Star Trails, but around the time that I wanted to actually start the other Star Trails facing north, because the ridge line is really high, right? So I only saw the last tail of the Big Dipper, and then also I didn't even see the North Star or Polaris. So I wasn't, I was doing the long exposure and stuff like that. I realized that they were way brighter than usual. Although I was doing like a minute or 2.5 or like a 3-minute long exposure to get that all the details in the foreground. And so, but I thought that it was they were very lighter than usual. So it puzzled me for a second, but I realized that actually there was a moon rising behind me. So that was pretty cool, except that I couldn't do my Star Trail, but that's okay. I got my all the Milky Way shots I wanted to capture anyway, so that's good. And then I called it a night. By the way, yesterday I did a 7.25 mile hike with my heavy backpack on my back. It took me 4.5 hours, including all the breaks and stops to talk to people, and literally I took my time, and also trying to fight through the swarms of mosquitoes along all the water streams and all the lakes. Speaking of all the streams, I totally forgot how many streams or how abundant water streams were along the New Army. I had to actually dump it, almost half of it, probably before reaching Long Lake. This is the last water resource that you can actually have before reaching the Langley summit. I use Gaia GPS. It really helps me keep track of where I am in terms of finding myself in the map, because I pre-download the maps and then GPS tracks me. Sometimes I use Strava, but in the wilderness I tend to use Gaia GPS. Yesterday I gained 1,500 feet. Technically it's not much. Well, I was having dinner last night. I realized that actually I brought too much of food too. When I go day hiking and take photos, 4,000 feet plus elevation gain. So 1,500 technically is nothing, but I started at 10,000, and with the weight of my backpack and all the camera gear, it actually kicked my butt a little bit. I caught my morning's sunrise and all that stuff by the lake. We didn't have any clouds. That's not the best scenario. After that, I waited for my friends to come up. I signed up for this hike to Mount Langley summit. It's a day hike, but group of friends who were doing it, and then I think it was close to 7 they did, and it was really good to see my friends, at least 4 of them. And then yesterday too, I ran into another friend. So random. It was really good to see him, because I haven't seen him for a while too. He's a great hiker, good photographer. Good to see all of my friends on the trail like I always did before. What I'm gonna do is I just had my coffee, and then I'm gonna have my oatmeal, pack my gear. I think I'm gonna stick around a little bit, around the lake and stuff like that with the reflection and everything. I'm gonna go down and then cross the meadows and to the other side of a Cottonwood lake. Yeah, for now that's my plan, but I'm looking forward to the Milky Way again, and it's not even 8, and the sun is really strong. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll keep you posted, in terms of what's going on. So recently, I've been having problem with my Mi Photo tripod, and this is basically one of the legs is basically falling apart. I was trying to shake off some water, but while I was doing that, it fell apart again. So now I'm missing one of the parts here, and I'm looking for it. Hopefully I can find it before I go. So I found it. Now I gotta reassemble them and then put it back where it belongs. I've decided to take a quick break here, and maybe I'm gonna take a couple of long exposure shots here. It's still breezy, which is good because it keeps all the mosquitoes at bay, but it's not that good for the reflections. So I'm gonna see what I can capture here, but I'm not gonna keep my hopes up too high. Okay, so I found this spot, and I was originally interested in shooting from there, but obviously it's really wide to jump, and I don't want to get in the water at the moment. So here's the competition. I'm at the ISO 100, and then bullet mode, f-stop 113, 13, and also I've got 10-stop ND filter on. Probably 20-25 minutes would suffice. It's windy again, but guess what? For the 5 minutes or so, there was no wind whatsoever. Like everything kind of like stood still, which was perfect. You see that white puff of the clouds, some sort, and then more, a very kind of smear of it. If I'm not mistaken, the south of Valencia, I was told that there is a fire going on, and the smoke is basically blowing kind of northeast. Because usually when you drive 395 northbound, that's the valley. The view is just spectacular. Well, time to wrap up and head to the Cottonwood Lakes. There was supposed to be a trail, and now it's swampy meadows. Very sketchy. Definitely a boulder hopping. So I found a trail, so I'm good to go, and it'll lead me to Cottonwood Lakes. Look at the smoke. Crazy. So I said, I would just head up to Lake 5, but part of me kind of wanted to check out this part of this lake and see how it looks, because I know if I'm gonna come down for sunset, the sun would set over there, so I don't know how it's gonna look for Mount Langley, and since I'm here, might as well just decided to take a quick long exposure, see how it looks. What I did actually though, I had to cross that logs right there, very sketchy. I had to walk along the shore. Those logs are not like 100% steady, so gosh, mosquitoes are killing me here. So I'm on ISO 100, and once again long exposure. I'm in bulb mode, f-stop 13, and probably another 20-25 minutes will just do fine. Let's see how it looks. So I have reached the other end of this lake. I ran into one of the guys who was fishing by the shore, and we had a really good chat. And he actually talked about the smoke, because my observation was that like this morning it was really low. Now it's like it has risen really high, as you can see, like right there. And then because of the wind, maybe it's heading our way. I don't know. That was his observation, but we'll see. Anyway, so I have decided to take a lunch break here, because I still have to go up a little bit, and that's where the Lake 5 is, and I'm getting hungry, and at least there are many mosquitoes on this side, but there's a little tiny flies. I don't know what they are. Little like really tiny insects bugging the hell out of me right now. Beautiful lakes, Cottonwood Lakes. By the way, you see that those people who fish, I just learned that it's a catch and release. They catch golden trout. I was talking to one of the guys who was fishing, and you know, he hasn't caught much then, but maybe he's gonna have a luck later towards the sunset. That's a whole army pass, and that's the one that the ranger said there's still snow and ice, so it's not recommended. So I just actually spoke with a couple who came down via old army pass, and it's safe, they say. Here at Cottonwood Lake in number 5. My guess is that the sun will set over there. Maybe I'll find a spot like somewhere around there. Find my campground there. So I found this spot. It's not bad at all. But I think I'm gonna go and check the area first, if this is the best spot I can find, since I have time. I found this spot to be really nice. So actually, because this is a really even ground. So I'm gonna maybe go over here, but I'm gonna double check though. It's not really too far from where I actually stopped. So this is really nice. So I just came back from the lake, got the olive waters. It's still bright. Probably we're gonna have the Milky Way over there. So I'll have to check the area over there. It's very refreshing, but the water is cold. Surely it's a beautiful place. I think I have found a spot to take the Milky Way tonight. This is this boulder is like kind of jutted into the lake a little bit, so it gives me enough water space to work with in terms of reflection of the Milky Way. And the Milky Way will rise. It rises like right there. like there, and then it's gonna end like around there. Well, I mean, it's gonna keep going, but by the time that it reaches around here, the moon will rise probably somewhere around there or there. This is a relatively really close to my campsite, so which is good. I walked all the way down there, and then I found one, but I like this spot a lot, so I think I'm gonna just shoot it here. And I haven't actually been up there yet, but right there, like that little peak, like there. I think that's a good spot to take a sunrise tomorrow morning, because supposedly I'm going to be able to see all the Cottonwood lakes down below. So I was hoping to catch the sunset. I had early dinner, and I was hoping to catch the sunset over the peak over there, but I mean, I saw it, but it wasn't that great. I'm just waiting for the sky to get dark, and I can start the Milky Way shoot a little bit earlier than yesterday. So instead of just waiting for the sky to get dark, I started taking photos, long exposure shots of the peak and the reflection in the water. It's not that great, but I gave it a try. And then I'm doing a long exposure anyway, so I figured maybe I can shoot all the rocks in the shadow now. So, and actually it looks pretty good. I'm actually still using a neutral density filter, 10 neutral density filter. So I really want the silky smooth water surface, and because we still have very bright daylight. I mean, it's getting dark, but because of that, actually 10 ND filter works really well. So far, actually, I'm sort of bracketing the exposures to see that which one I like the best. I knew that it would be around like 22 seconds at aperture f-stop at like 4 in bulb mode, ISO 100. So let's take a look. So overall, it looks pretty good. And I think this is what I like. Still, there is a little bit of sunlight hitting the slope, so that kind of shows right there. But other than that, everything is in the shade right now, or shadow right now. And look at the water surface compared to how choppy this is, right? Because it's really windy right now and really cold. Speaking of cold, I may have to bring my sleeping bag, because I mean, I can stay like this for another couple hours, but after that, another couple hours for nice sky. So probably here at a new spot. Actually, I saw this rock formation in the middle of the water before, and then I was like, how can I shoot this? And I think that this is coming along pretty good, actually. And also got a little bit of a sunset glow going on. Still kind of golden hour, but it looks really good. I like the other glow in the water. Let's see how it turns out. It's still busy. Takes a long time to process. It was actually a 60-second. Wow. Okay. So let me play back. So I like the glow right there. Yeah. Actually, I shot a couple more. I was bracketing it. I wanted to get the details right there and then see how it looks. I really wanted details right there too. Yeah, it's it feels a bit busy, so I may not post process this photo, but I'm still using a 10-step neutral density filter, and that's why it's taking forever. As you can see, f-stop f4. So I moved down the shore a little bit farther down, probably 10 or 15 feet down, and then I found this rock right here. It looks really interesting with a little bit of a cove going on, and then I wanted to capture that school of pine trees right there, and then right there. And by this time I changed the 10-stop ND filter to 3-stop because it was taking too long. Because of that reason, I had to actually change the shutter speed or the aperture. So from 4 to 8. Okay, so it got so cold, I couldn't really stand anymore, and as soon as I got the last shot, I just packed everything up and left, and then came back to my campsite. It was so cold, I started shivering, and that's not cool. My hands were so cold. So I actually, to warm myself up, I actually boiled water. I'm drinking hot water, plain hot water, but it helps. I didn't bring any tea bags or anything, so hot water helps. Anyway, I'm gonna just chill here for a bit. It's still windy, and I'm sure that it's going to be windy all night. But once it gets really dark, and then once I'll be able to see the Milky Way, I'm going to step out and bring my sleeping bag with me so that I can actually stay out there for a couple hours anyway. So. Good morning, everyone. So I have moved to a new spot again. I think this is pretty good with the part of a snag in the foreground, and the sunlight is hitting the tip of the mountains. I'm just waiting for the this glow and the reflection hit the water. But here it's gonna take a little bit longer because it took forever to come down. But I like this one a lot. I am using 3-step ND filter again. I don't think it will show, but I want to make sure that everything, particularly the water surface, looks smooth. So I just go with a 3-step ND filter. After the shoot, I came back to my tent and decided to have a good breakfast this morning. I actually made myself a scrambled eggs. So this is what you're looking at. And let's see how it tastes. Not bad. Not bad at all. What I used is this. I added some veggies. Dehydrated onion. I was talking to earlier a guy who was fishing, and actually it was a part of the morning photo shoot. And funny thing is that you know, I saw him like far away by the shore, and in terms of a light, the composition and lighting and everything, it was beautiful, right? So I try to get down as, because I had the 16 to 35 millimeter lens on my cam. So obviously it's not that great, and he looks this tiny. So I try to get close to the water so that I can still frame him. He took off, so he was already out of the frame, and I was out of luck. Oh well, but I ended up talking to him because I told him that I was trying to capture him in the view. In terms of lighting, it was gorgeous. So, but anyway, it was a really nice chat with him. He was talking about the fly fishing, and he was talking about golden trouts he caught at Lake 4 as well as Lake 5. Not much luck this morning, at least as far as I was told. pretty sweet, right? Awesome view. This is one of the views that I still remember, like about 3 years ago when I did my first Langley summit hike, and I was coming down the old army paths, and I looked at this lake and I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta come back. If you can hear me, but I saw this waterfall when I was coming up, and I wanted to check it out, so I stopped by, and it looks gorgeous, right? I don't know if you can hear me okay because of the water, but so far I've got some few shots which I really like, and let's see how they turn out. 64. Oh, 62, 61. I guess how people love to leave marks. Or 60 actually. May 2nd, 60. Pretty cool. This guy, Geo Brawley, he was here in 1960, May 2nd, and then he's back on June 5th, 1961. Well, that was a nice break. I wonder if actually people stay here though. Nice area. You can get the water. Although, I'm sure that's they're not going to be able to fish here though. Anyway, time to go. I think it's almost 1. Okay, so this is the junction where I can take this trail back to New Army Trail, which I am going to do. I'm gonna join New Army Pass Trail right there, and I'm heading that way. back at the junction. I took a quick break and then also did a long exposure, just a little bit over there. And then also filtered some water here, refreshing, cold. Trailhead is not too far from here, and but part of me just wanted to stick around a little bit longer. And also, I told myself I was gonna do a long exposure on my way back here. I was able to use 3-step ND filter. A little bit of a cloud in the sky. Check this out. I think this is one of the coolest burnt trees. It's pretty cool, right? That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna try that. So I just ran into a couple who were just going up to one of the lakes, I guess. But they were asking me about the meteor shower last night, and they're the second people actually asking me about it. And I was like, that's when I mean, you know, I talked about like, you know, I probably counted like 7 or something, including the special one. The special one is like, you know, usually, you know, when a meteor shower, you know, shoots by, like, you know, like it is so quick, like, you know, it's like it just disappears as soon as you see it, it disappears, right? This one it feels like kind of suspended in time, kind of like shoots and then stops, kind of, and then the head is kind of waiting for the tail to catch up, kind of. As soon as it does, you know, it kind of like disappears. I thought that was really cool, but anyway, what I was gonna say is that as soon as I started talking about to the other couple about the meteor shower and how many counted last night, just rang the bell and proceed meteor showers. And it's supposed to be, last night was like best night of the year. I was like, same, like, you know, because I know that's a perceived meteor shower in August, but somehow I really did not make that connection. Anyway, I caught them, but I don't know if I caught any. I'll find that out soon enough, as soon as I return to civilization. Okay, here I am, back at the trailhead. There we go. 3-day, 2-night venture into Cottonwood Lakes and Mount Langley area for photography, wilderness photography. And I had a great time, except that last night wasn't really cold. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, give it a like and subscribe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys.